So you wake up in the middle of the night, you look beside you, you notice that your wife's in the bed with you. Today we discuss whether or not couples should sleep in the same bed, or separate beds, or even separate rooms, if not houses. Get a barn for your wife.com. It's all coming up.
She's waiting for my love.
Sleep is so important that you could probably get away with a diet of 70% McDonald's and 30% Burger Queen. It doesn't exist. And you'd still feel pretty good if you got a good night's sleep. You'll die young and alone, but you'll feel pretty energized the next day. There's many ways to improve your sleep. Diet plays a big role. There's some herbs you can take. I just made a video on it if you want to take a gander. But if you have a warthog next to you, rumbling all night, snoring, pulling your blankets off, there's warfare upon us. Now, traditionally, couples have slept together in the same bed, probably because they couldn't afford two beds. They just had the bed. And on TV, we're being brainwashed. Every couple's like, "Good night, hon," with their little nightstands, little lamps. Oh, turn your lamp off when you're done. And twin beds are frowned upon in society. You see somebody's like, "Oh, you guys okay? You don't have sex anymore? How come you don't like sex? Is it messy?" It is messy. The towels, they add up. It's an extra day of laundry a week, that's for sure. Didn't tell us about that in home ec. Home ec is not the class where you learn about sex. That would have made home ec a lot more fun. I remember my class was just like, oh, you place butter in water and this is how you measure that. The displacement theory. Don't make me touch dairy. How dare you? So what got me thinking, when I came back here from Thailand, I just bought a little fold-up mattress. It was a full-sized little foam mattress, Surdy Pure US. So like no formaldehyde. I just wanted a little temporary thing in my mother's living room. And I knew I didn't have enough space in there for a queen, so I just went with the full. And some nights my girlfriend would come over and sleep over, and it's not enough. It's not enough. A full, there's too much there. You end up pushing the other off the bed, and you're glad you did it. My whole life, I've had a queen size to myself. That's what I'm used to. My mom always bought me a nice queen bed, sometimes a water bed, whatever it was. Like, there you go, son. Nice big queen for you. And now I'm expected to share a full? That's 6 inches less. Adding a woman on top of the 6 inches. 6 inches plus a woman is like 4 feet. It's 4 feet. But there's pros and cons to this dilemma of life. You have your separate bed, you sleep better, but then it's like, oh, come snuggle over here. Where's the snuggling and the cuddling? How do you, oh, I'll come to your bed. Let's cuddle in your bed. I like to keep mine clean. What are you doing? It's like, what do you schedule cuddle time now? It's like, okay, 4 p.m. for sure this time. 4 p.m., your bed. Do you know how to get there? Sometimes in the middle of the night, my girlfriend will kiss me on my neck. We'll snuggle for like 45 seconds. Like, and then we roll over again. I love that. I love that. You couldn't get that in a twin bed. She's not gonna get out of bed for that. It's like, that's too far. You're on your own tonight. So love factor 6 increases like 90% when you're in the same bed. The separate, you might sleep better. Will you stay together? That's the ultimate question. I remember the first night I slept over at my girlfriend's house, she had a twin bed. I was like, how are we gonna make that work? And so we did, but I don't think either of us slept a minute that whole night. Just like, we're completely sardines in a can. Not even any room for olive oil, you know what I mean? So we quickly realized that was impossible, so we ended up having separate beds. She had one on the floor and I was in her bed. I'm a good boyfriend. Sure, she took one for the team on that one. He had a lot of back pain on those nights, but I loved her from a distance, and I healed her with my mind. But we did sleep better in the separate beds than a tiny bed. The question is, we have slept good together in a queen bed. Is it enough? Really? I've been thinking about this a lot because I want to buy a new bed. My full bed is not enough. And I found a great place. Y'all know the place I go to, Memory Foam Comfort. So I'm just eyeing the sizes. Do I get a queen? Do I get a king? Or do I get two twins? The conundrums. I feel like we'll sleep better in the twins, but something's off with that. It just doesn't feel right. And is a queen enough? I want to hear your thoughts. Post it down below. The couples. What size is your bed? Is it one bed? Do you sleep in a separate house? Because I've seen a bunch of couples eventually seem to go to separate rooms to sleep. It's like, I've had enough of this shit. Just see you later. Tomorrow, maybe. But it seems to be most people do it because of snoring. And if you don't snore, not many people are sleeping in a separate bed. I just like my space. I like to sleep in Jesus mode. Don't you? It's good for the heart. Unless your husband's 900 pounds and he's inhaling lawnmowers from the front lawn at night, just sucking everything in there. The curtains are just... Then you have an excuse, but if that's not happening, you should probably make it work in a bigger bed, right? But the size. Queen ain't big enough. I need a super queen. Do those exist? King's too much. Takes up the whole room. The whole thing. You got one aisle to sneak by to get in the bed. You have to develop a rope system from the roof to swing into it. And you're gonna break a back? You're gonna break a back up in that bitch. I don't have time for that. How many weeks do I have to take off in a sling? I don't have time. And how much is a king-size blanket gonna cost? A frickin' nice wool duvet where the sheep were pet until they gave the hair. They don't even shave them. They just release it from massage. How much is that gonna cost? So these are the questions I've been asking myself, and I still haven't made a decision on what size. It's up to you. Post it down below and I will weigh your opinions, your helpful advice on what to do next. So thank you so much for putting in some thought, telling me how it is with your family. If you're in the market for a bed and you live in Canada, there are links in the description for a 3% off coupon. It doesn't sound like much, but his deals are already good. I still like to give that guy business. I want to sell beds for him. I'm a terrible mattress salesman, I admit it. But I think that's it. We're done. What do you think? Queen or bigger? Separate? Is it possible to stay together in a separate bed? Let me know. Thumbs up if you liked the video. Thumbs down if you sleep on separate planets. So there really should not be any thumbs down. It's a physical impossibility right now for the human race. So you're lying. You're lying to yourself and me. So there's no way it's happening. We just found the liars, didn't we? Fishing them out. Unbelievable. We're done. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more videos and I'll see you in the next one.